Testing.
Hello.
Is this thing on?
I think so.
It's actually working.
Oh, look at that technology
We did it.
solved for
We
now.
did it.
It's a goddamn miracle.
All right.
Ready to get going?
I'm pumped, man. Because one, we're doing our thing. We're getting this show rolling, and it's been a fun season so far. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a good feeling.
Yeah. No, DFS again was we both missed, majority. I know we kind of just talked about fading King Henry, which oof. But also Adams, I only had him in a GPP, and they were both over 90%, and they combined for like 80 something points. So if you didn't have them,
You were toast.
and most people had both.
I'm gonna give us a proper intro. How about it? We are the guys in room 619. That's Dennis. I'm Zach, and we're doing the leftovers DFS show here for you guys. We're kind of our strategy here is one, we just want to have fun, and DFS gambling is probably both of our favorite hobby, and we've found a way to just keep it sustainable and occasionally take some payouts. So we're not the sharks, we're out here just scooping up everyone else's info just like you guys and doing our own thing with it, combining that with our own eye test and our own opinions and knowledge, and away we go.
Yeah. So I'm just so excited. I can't even hold myself.
At least you know what to do with your hands.
Kinda. I'm like that dog that 10 seconds in between they hear the food hitting the bowl and it gets pushed down to like eat, like where they don't know, they're just everything's manic.
Yeah,
that's me right now. I'm just ready to go.
I mean it's all good. I'm for it.
All right. So like I mentioned a little prematurely, Henry and Adams, you had to have them last week, and we didn't. But I know I went positive because I was able to hit the same game parlay. And Monday night was really good for me. Hollywood, I got his props, and then I live game propped him as well, and he hit over that too. That was a nice day for me.
Man,
hit my teaser.
I had a really crazy day at work, and I tweeted about this, and I kind of just played it by gut. I didn't really even look into who was going to be chalk and who wasn't, and it was on me. It was stupid. Had I even known or looked to see that those guys are going to be chalk, I probably would have played one of them. If I had played one of them, I would have cashed because I had Kadarius. But it's I actually went positive as well. I had another lineup that cashed in the millie. I hit a nice same game parlay on the Jaguars game, and that left me slightly positive for the week. And then Monday Night Football was also kind of me, Hollywood and Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, it was just a bummer. When I was high on Cook the whole time, and then when he got announced out, it was easy swap down to Madison. Then I had this extra like $2,000, $300,000, and I was like, do I upgrade from Renfro to Adams or my QB from Lance to Kyler? And I made the wrong call there.
I know, dude. I've played Kyler in cash twice now, and it's his two worst games. So if I recommend him in cash again, just don't do it.
This act fade. One of the other Cliff Note reactions is I'm going to give him props. Jalen Hurts has been the only guy that's been a QB1 every single week. However, the dude is Mr. Garbage Time, and I'll refer to him as that going forward because they had no business being in that game at all. Carolina blew
it. Well, I mean, he is such a modern day quarterback, especially for fantasy world, where it's like he's not very good, in actual football, but he's gonna finish top 12, and as long as he's a starter, he'll probably finish in the top half of fantasy, QBs.
Yeah, he's just he make things happen, so I guess that's good too. But I'm still not a Hurts guy. I gotta be honest, but we'll see. Some of our question marks: Tennessee defense. Whoa,
Yeah, they're really bad, man.
ooh, they're really bad.
Like
I
they
guess
don't do anything well on defense.
no. And I saw someone said like you get one takeaway from this week. What is it? And I said stack versus in Tennessee games because Tennessee is going to score too. It's
If
just
you check the box score of that Jaguars game, you'd say, "Oh yeah, Jags got spanked," which I mean they did, but like they lost by
like
20, I think,
yeah, I was gonna say
19, something like that. But like there was that opening play that was that bang bang fumble that got returned that could have got been
yeah,
flipped, and then they were down there at the four or five with a chance to punch it in. That's the one where they got stuffed at the goal line, and that would have brought it down to one score in the fourth quarter. That game was close. The game was closer than the box score shows, but all that to say, Titans defense sucks.
Yeah, I mean, from fantasy perspective, they just like they put up a lot of yards too. Like they didn't always score a ton of points, but yards count. So, yeah, it's Tennessee defense. You definitely I'm gonna be looking at them. They play Monday night, so that'll be a fun same game parlay. Captain mode one to pick. Raiders, big fat frauds. They are frauds.
Oh yeah,
we got. They are who we thought they were.
Yeah, they're that guy at the store and Family Guy playing the piano.
Just a bunch of phonies. I still think their pass rush is pretty good, but other than that, yeah, they're not very good. And Washington, yeah, we got to take the L on this one. They are not good. You're muted.
Yeah, sorry. Losing Fitz sucks real bad. And I'm sure it wouldn't be this bad, but it's just the defense is just horrible.
I don't get how the defense is so bad. That's the thing. Like, they have all the same players and then the same coaching staff, and then they drafted a linebacker in the first round. Like, you would think things are going to be on the up and up, not getting worse. So, their pass defense is just awful. So definitely that leads us to something we'll talk about a little bit later. But Washington, it's gonna be hard to get to those 9 wins. I'm pretty worried. Anywho,
yeah, not feeling good about that one.
Nope, not even a little bit. Exclamation marks. That Cleveland Chargers game, we talked about it last week. That game was going to be awesome, and it totally lived up to the hype. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that fireworks city.
Yeah, I think there were like 6 or 7 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Like, the game total was in almost 90 points or something like that. It was just fun.
Oh yeah, I was sleeping.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, that was a blast. I had a really lot of fun watching that. Bucks offense, they're a wagon. I don't know how you stop them.
You don't, because there's just too many things to you can't put attention to that many weapons, and then to top it off, it's Brady. So like,
I think he's back to being QB1. Yeah, I think he's QB1 again. It's just silly. But yeah, their offensive line's so good. He doesn't get pressured and he gets the ball out quick, and it's just Antonio Brown is their third option. Like,
right, and he's like looking. Well, first of all, sidebar. Was he right all along? The Steelers are a joke, frauds. The Raiders are a clown show. Nothing.
Yeah, I saw a tweet. It was like, he said Gruden was racist. Yeah. He said Juju was nothing without him.
Checks out.
Big Ben is hot trash.
Checks out.
I mean, he's an asshole, but it doesn't mean he's wrong.
Yeah, we called him crazy for all that. Now my man is still crazy, but for other reasons. But for the football stuff, I guess he's not.
All right. So Bucks offense, watch out. And then just overall the Bills. The Bills are just silly good.
Easily the most complete team in the league.
So I was talking to you earlier. I like to look at DVOA, which is like a Football Outsiders, overall
it's a
like metric
great
rating.
stat.
Right. Their defense is minus 41%. And like the 2018 season, the Bears defense was like really, really, really good. They were like minus like high 20s most of the year, like minus 28%. And they're like, and Bills are minus 42%. The next closest this year is minus 16%, which is Carolina.
Yeah, because
that's their defense.
What'd you say the 18 Bears were?
Like high 20, like 28, 27.
I know that defense rated out better than the 17 Jags. But regardless, like just that they're blowing that far above is just insane.
They're and then their offense it's really, really good, really good. So feeling good about my Bills Super Bowl pick. I can't complain right now.
No. You should feel good.
All right. Speaking of bets and of Brady, let's talk Thursday Night Football. We got Tampa versus Philly.
First of all, I just saw the Tom Brady little clip of his press conference where he's like talking about how good their defense was and how up and coming they are. And two things on that. One, why does Tom Brady look deathly ill all the time now? Have you noticed that?
He hasn't. I think he's been sick for like 2 weeks.
I mean, he looks like it. He looks horrible.
Yeah.
But the other point was I totally forgot. Oh, now I remembered. Him sitting there spouting how good they are. The reply was like, I'm pretty sure Brady has said before he likes to just totally talk up teams he knows he's about to pummel.
Oh yeah, it's a Bill Belichick thing too. Yeah.
So give me the Bucks minus, what is it, 7, 6.5?
Yeah. At Philly.
That's what I'm playing.
Yeah, I think it's probably a good play. I'll probably throw a little bit on it. You gotta always worry about the backdoor cover by Mr. Garbage Time though.
Yeah.
High total, 53 point for the total.
Just about to say I like the under. I did it last week on Thursday. Like, if they're going to throw a 50 total on a Thursday game, I think you got to just play that under.
And just hope. Life's too short to play unders, though.
I agree, but if you look back at Thursday Night Football, and went to see like how many 50 totals there were, I'd be shocked if it was a lot.
Yeah. Short week and everything makes it hard. But yeah, I like Godwin over 66.5 yards receiving. He's been the most consistent guy. And I just feel like he's like both AB and Evans went off last week. So I feel like it's going to be like Godwin's turn. I know it's like stupid. That's like stupid stuff. But like, honestly, I think that's also kind of like, all right, let's keep everyone happy.
Yeah. Well, and it just keeps the defense on their heels too.
Plus he's going to be avoiding Darius Slay the most, being in the slot. And their other corner, Steven Nelson, has been good as well.
Well, it's tough, and that's why I just think I'm just going to play the spread on the Bucks because that's just a hard team to predict.
The other one I like is Brady over 298.5 passing yards.
I mean, that's the only guy. That's the only guy where that you're sure production is going to come from.
Right. And I think he's done that 4 out of 5 games. So I'm
probably pretty easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bucks got that pretty solidly, but we'll see. Moving on to Sunday, I got some picks I like. I'm still on Carolina bandwagon. They're +1 versus Minnesota. Keep pounding or whatever their silly thing is. So what's with that bear up there? Robbie Anderson. All-time hilarious clip.
Yeah, that was so good. And then who was he sitting with? Was it DJ Moore?
Yeah.
He's like, what are you fuck you talking about, man?
That's their perk. Why would it be a bear at Panthers Stadium? And just ridiculous. Plus, Matt Rule said McCaffrey's 50-50 to come back. I'm just going to keep hoping that happens, and I think that really changes their offense a lot. I like Dallas -4 at New England. Dallas's offense is really, really good, and I don't think New England can keep up.
No. I'm with you there.
Maybe they're going to be the first team to stop Dallas, but I'll believe it when I see it.
That I was about to say it's going to take like a very good defense to slow that team down.
My last one I like is Chargers at Baltimore. They're +3. This should definitely be an afternoon slate game, and it's a 1:00 game, but whatever.
It's a crime.
I still think if you give me Herbert in points, I'm going to take Herbert in points.
Yeah. I'm feeling that Sherbert.
It's hitting just right.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Big fan of Steelers on Sunday night. Geno Smith, that is all.
That game, though. That game.
Oh, no, absolutely. That game is just stupid dumb, and I probably won't watch it. But I jumped in on that already. I see it's at -5 now. I caught it at -4.5 on Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember. That's one thing I do like to do. Here's a little bit of strategy talk. Here's some strategy talk for you. Well, extra. Read all about it. Strategy talk coming in hot.
Right in the kisser.
But I like to go check out the lines on Monday or Tuesday, and if there's one I feel strongly about, especially like one that I think will move,
right,
jump on it.
No, I dig that.
So that's what I did there. I think Geno Smith is Smith versus that defense, no shot. I
think Seattle's given up like 450 yards every single game this year too.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that defense sucks balls.
Fire up Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, reception king. Captain, showdown captain right there. But yeah, that's one I'm on. I like Broncos -3.5 because the John Grudens.
Oh yeah, the Raiders. Oh yeah, that's a great one.
That's -3.5 at home.
Raiders suck.
Yeah. I like those two.
Javonte breakout week.
Yeah, that one's coming, no doubt. And then give me the over 51.5 on that Chargers-Ravens game. I'm expecting fireworks.
Baltimore's defense is not what it was.
Yeah, and I think their name is still carrying some weight.
I can see that. The other one I wanted to mention that's just a fun play is Chiefs at football team over 55.5. Just because that's going to be a fun game. There's going to be stuff happening all the time.
I've got it up now. It's at 56.5 now.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So, fun Kansas City stat. So the greatest show on turf Rams averaged 7 yards per play, which I think is the highest in the NFL. But regardless, it's a stupid number.
Yep.
Chiefs are giving up 7.1 yards per play. Wow. Woo.
Yeah. That's extra bad.
We already said Washington's defense blows. So, this could just be points on points on points.
Yeah. Spoiler alert to next segments. I'm not getting cute this week. I'm just going to transition this straight to cash because we both hit bets. Cash time. I'm all in on the Baltimore and the Kansas City game. Those are the only two 50-point totals we get on this slate. Nope, I lied. Dallas is as well. But regardless, I'm not getting cute. I'm loading up on those two games, and I'm running into the green.
Your dogs are going wild.
Oh yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah, those two games I think is where most of my money will be as well. I also like Cincinnati, Detroit. We'll talk about that, but why don't we just get into it with cash plays? All my players are from those 2 games, So I got Hollywood for 5.9K. He's hit value for that price 4 out of 5 weeks, and he's wide receiver 6 on the season. Like, he's just been a stud, and that's way too cheap. Do you want to pick yours, or do you want me to go off
The
3?
one time he did not hit value,
Detroit game,
and he dropped 2 touchdown passes? 3?
3.
I thought it was
Now
2.
two came on the same drive, so he couldn't have gotten 3
okay.
touchdowns, but it was 3 balls that hit him in the hands.
But yeah, regardless, the value should have been there as well. So
Mike Clay, shout out him, likes to call it the Monday Night Football, discount, because the price is already set. And so if players go off on Monday Night Football, their price isn't adjusted for that. And Hollywood definitely went off.
Yeah, that's a price that should have been adjusted and didn't, obviously.
Do you want to go your top cash play, or do you want me to say all mine?
Just keep it rolling.
All right, so I got Chase.
I
Jamar Chase is 6.7. He's hit value on that 3 out of 5 times. And he's playing Detroit. And if you've watched Detroit play, which I unfortunately have, deep threats kill him. Their passing defense is horrible. We already talked about Brown. Hollywood should have killed him. Mooney got over 125 yards on him. Debo went for almost 200 yards on him. They just have been facing a low passing volume. A lot of teams have been running on them. And so that's why their passing stats, cumulative, aren't there. But on the per drop back kind of stats, they're getting shredded. So I love Chase. And then my last one is Ricky Seals-Jones. You probably have seen a little bit about him. I love him this week. He's only $3,000. And he hit value last week. And he played 99% of the snaps. For $3K, it doesn't take much to get value. That's a couple catches, and we're good.
Yeah. And, they have nobody else. So, yeah, $3K for that kind of snap share. Woo!
Mm-hmm. And like we said, that game's going to have points. They're going to have to throw somebody. Yeah. Who are you liking this week?
Okay, my first one. I got some war games going on the couch next to me. Hold on, let me go break this up.
You got the Squid Games going. Yeah, I think cash is kind of hard at running back. There are no low value ones that I like very much. And so it's hard because I want to spend a little bit at wide receiver. And so there's a couple of 6K running backs I like. I think Zach will mention. If not, I will. But definitely, like, DeAndre Swift is someone I'll talk about in a little bit. He's only 6,300. He's been catching a lot of passes. I think I saw he's on pace for almost like 120 targets this year. So I think he's going to, he'll do his business.
Give me Eckler. It's my first one.
Solid.
Dude's catching passes. It's going to be a shootout, I think. And I just don't need to look more into it than that.
No, I think it's going to be great. He's expensive, but, he's just been killing it. He's running back
25 points gets you there. None of the other running backs have looked worth a damn. I expect a shootout, which means, like I said, he's going to be catching those dump offs. Yeah, that's my first one. I was teetering with him or CMC, but it's only $800 difference, and I think that's totally worth the. I'm scared to fade McCaffrey always. If he's playing, don't have him, it's scary.
I know.
But taking that jump down with Eckler being underpriced helps a lot.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, 6'6". Houston sucks versus the run.
Really bad.
They're finally starting to use him, kind of.
We'll talk about it a little bit. It's ridiculous.
But this is a smash spot. They're at home. They're favorites. They're likely going to win. So, you're talking about burning clock out later. Mm-hmm. This is way underpriced. He should be
their best
$1,000 more.
Yeah. He's like, what is he, 6'6"? 6,600, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
And then my third one. Well, I'm going to give you my third one, and then one more. Your guy, Sun God, for 4-2.
Ra.
So he's 4-2, and he's going to start and play a lot because Cephas just went down. Darrell Williams, the Gazelle, is still out.
Him and Goff have really developed a rapport.
Mm-hmm. I'll say they still like Khalif Raymond or whatever he hasn't been seeing nearly the targets that St. Brown has. So
yeah.
Once again, I think this is a catch-up spot for them. Which Detroit, I mean, this is a negative game script is going to be common for them.
But yeah, evergreen tweet right there. And he's 4,200 or 300. So again,
yeah, 4,200
gives you some cap relief.
And so I think he easy hits cash there. And then I just think the one you got to play this week is Kelsey.
Yeah,
7K.
Yep. He's too good for that price.
Yeah, 21 points. Once again, we're talking 56 point total. So I didn't look at what the team expected points were. Or I didn't bother to do the math on the spread to figure it out. But regardless, whatever the Chiefs' point team total is, you're telling me they're going to hit that and Kelsey isn't going to be a part? Like,
yeah, Tyreek is 85 and he's 7K. That's 8.5, you know. So they shouldn't be that far apart. They're 1A, 1B. They're both 1As, you know. All right. Let's move on to tournament. So I have a couple stacks I like in a solo play. I already mentioned Chase is someone I absolutely love, and then I already teased this a little bit, but DeAndre Swift for 6,300. I like that as a run back kind of stack. And then I mentioned already I like Ricky Seals-Jones, and Zach already mentioned Kelsey. I think that's my other favorite. I think I'll have both of those run backs in as many lineups as possible because I think that they play well against each other.
I'll throw in that I'm just a big fan of like the 6K range running back this week. I think with where my cash lineup is now, I'm going to only end up playing 2 running backs, probably just Eckler and Taylor. But like, I don't know, I like Henderson.
Your 6K, yep.
Yeah, Swift I like. There was another one right around there that I was looking into. Can't come up with it right now, but that's fine. There's a lot of value there, and it's just one of those weeks where it's a little scary because a lot of these pieces are very interchangeable, and I like them. You know what I mean? Not like 3
they're all in the same tier.
So, it makes that part a little tricky.
And I was saying it's hard because there's like no value at running back. Like you have to spend at least 6. Like I think Henderson is the cheapest you could go at running back, which I like it when I can sprinkle in like a 4,500. Now for GPP, I do like one more guy.
I think Darrell Williams is a fine cash play at 4.9 if you want to.
Yeah, I just don't know how that's going to play out.
I'm just not doing it. I think it's okay to do it because of the flexibility it's going to bring. I'm just not doing it myself.
Yeah, if I'm going to go down in a running back, and I have in GPP, it's Javonte Williams. Raiders got gashed by every running back the Bears have, and Javonte, it just seems like he's got a dragon coming in him. You know what I mean? Like he's been breaking like these mini dragons.
He's insane.
He's gonna break one this week. I'm calling it right now. He's getting like 120 yards and a touchdown.
Carrying defenders, and my guy's
silly. It's silly how little work he's getting. He should definitely be getting 2/3 of the plays. And maybe it does happen this week with Mel Gordon a little banged up. He's questionable. So
yeah, and it was like I think it said undisclosed or something.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
You have a solo play you like?
I made 2 other lineups, and I also have Javonte in both of them. This is a Tyreek spot for GPP.
When is it not?
Yes, but like right now is I think more than normal because obviously that Washington secondary is just horrible. And yeah, they just got embarrassed, man. Like I want to make a GPP lineup with Mahomes and Tyreek, but I just can't bring myself to do it because of how expensive Mahomes is when you could just go down to Lamar.
Yeah.
But this has all the makings of one of those 50-point Tyreek games, even though it just
Yeah.
happened.
I don't I don't want that to happen, but it's a very smart play. Um my fade this week though is another one that's very scary, and I'm going with the Devonta Adams fade. I don't think he's
That's
going to suck, but he's 9K. I don't think he's dropping 27 this week. I think he's going to get a lot of Jalen Johnson, and I just think it's going to be a low scoring game. I think there's going to be a lot of
I
punts.
agree. Bears defense is better than what I think people originally thought.
Hand up, me too.
And yeah, I'm with you that he's going to get his work, but he needs to do what he did last week to be totally worth it.
Right. And Bears that like they're playing that like old school kind of football where they're trying to kill clock, and they ran the ball I think 62% of the time last week. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just that's what they're trying to do and stuff. So I just think it's gonna be a low scoring game, and I don't think he gets the volume the high level points that he needs for that to be worth it.
Agreed. Yeah, because he needs 14 targets or something just stupid.
And like
That's
he's
a
got to score at least once.
that's a 44-point total. So yeah,
I'm with you there. You ready for some story time?
yes.
Yes, yes. So last week our story time did not go well. Um, but
This is the one.
this is the one. We're trying to pick games that aren't the obvious. So like we've already mentioned this game, but we're not going Kansas City, Washington. We're going Chargers, Baltimore, because there's some studs in some great positions. All of the
Yeah,
Baltimore players are underpriced.
that's what I think we have to take advantage of the mispricing here this week, and this is the stack because of that.
And so we've already mentioned some of these names. So at quarterback, you can go Lamar or Herbert. They're 7.4 and 7.3. So whichever one you like better. It's all good. And then Hollywood, already mentioned for 5.9. Andrews at tight end for 5.2. He should be up in like the sixes easy after that last game. And then for Chargers side, you have Eckler for 7.9, like you mentioned, already could play. And then Keenan Allen has gotten really cheap. I think he's 2,000 less than Mike Williams.
Yes, because I picked him in my GPP lineup.
Yeah. So it's an expensive stack. Normally we kind of go cheaper. So we only have 32. It takes up 32 point K. 32.8, sorry. So you only have, 17.2 left for running back, wide receiver, flex, defense. But assuming you go cheap on defense, it leaves about 5K per player. So you could definitely find some value there. Nope. Nope. Are we back?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
That
know.
one's on. I'm throwing it out there right now.
That what?
That one wasn't on us.
Yeah, it's like they went blank, and all of a sudden it told me StreamYard was having problems, and then all of a sudden it wouldn't load the page, and I'm over here like, what the fuck? And then I got it. We're back.
All right. You ready to keep going?
Yeah.
All right. We're cooking and booking. All right. So we got a couple from last week, some from this week. So there's a lot. So we'll go quick. Myles Garrett. So there was Eric Matios, who's an O-line coach at Baylor, said that at his old school, he used to have his scout team line the D-line off sides to replicate his get off because he's so ridiculous at getting off the line of scrimmage. They would have their defensive line practice against his whole line, lining up off sides.
I heard this recently because of the story popped up again. I feel like I remember hearing about it like a long time ago and being like, that's hilarious. That's crazy. But yeah, you see videos of it and their plays will be like, oh, he's offsides. But then when you slow motion it, he's literally moving with the ball. Like, it's ridiculous.
His get off is just silly. Dude's he's Depoy. That was my pick for Depoy. So I think he's going to get it this year. Next, we got Big Ten football. We got 5 in the top 10, baby.
Yeah, that's wild.
Now, do I think any of them are any good? Probably not. But
Probably not.
I love Iowa. I've been betting with Iowa all year. They've been making me money. I'm hoping they can stay undefeated. And I hope that Iowa State can stay, with their one loss. And then whoever wins that game, probably Ohio State, will make the playoffs. So that's my hope. I don't know. I like Big Ten football. I want to see.
I just hope it's not Ohio State.
It's going to be.
I know, but I don't want it to be.
Yeah, they're going to beat Iowa, and then they're going to get vaulted into the top 4.
Yep.
But you never know. I mean, Bama lost this week, so I think crazy stuff happens. Cincinnati / Desmond Ridder, who's my guy. That's one of my favorite quarterback prospects for this upcoming draft.
Same.
They're up to they're in the top 4. I think they're 3 now. I love it. I want them to make the playoffs. I think that'd be really, really fun.
That's a team I was betting on last season. They were a money maker, but yeah, I just remember watching them, and that was an eye test guy, and I was like, I like this quarterback.
He's a gamer.
I admittedly don't know much about college football, like in general, as far as like the players and the teams and all the details. And I remember hearing about Rattler and transferring or whatever, and I kind of thought it was Ridder, and I was like, no, I don't want him to go to Oklahoma. But and then I found out it wasn't the same guy. I was like, oh, okay, good. And then I found out Rattler's an asshole. So
yeah, he sucks big time. Google his Elite 11 video if you've never seen it. It's sad.
Yeah, you're gonna not like the guy after it.
No, it's like the opposite of Men's Warehouse, where you're gonna like the way you look. You're not gonna like the way he looks.
Absolutely.
Next was like, I don't know if it was high school baseball or like travel team. I don't know. It was kids playing baseball. Anyway, there was a wild pitch, and the guy at third went home, and then the catcher made a good play and got the ball, and like went and got like in between the home plate and the runner, and like dove to kind of tag him, and the dude hurdled the catcher.
Saw this. Amazing.
It was dope. And then he did the Marshawn Lynch, crotch grab at the end. I loved it. It was one of the swaggiest plays I've ever seen in baseball.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Next is Randy Arozarena.
Speaking of swaggy baseball plays.
Dude's still home in a playoff game, channeling his El Mago.
Hell yeah.
I loved it. Anytime someone can steal home, it's always electric. But yeah, he's killing it. Did you see Tyrann Mathieu, the clips of him getting mad at Sorensen?
No.
So there's like 3 plays that are like mashed up, and it was all about like deep passes that the Chiefs were giving up, and everyone Tyrann Mathieu was going like would realize it was Sorensen getting beat. It was like like with his arms up, so mad. It was so freaking funny.
That's got to be so hard to like be a player of that caliber, and then to be on a defense that's that bad, and to sit there and know you're doing your thing, but like it just doesn't matter.
And especially because he's like such an instinctual player that like he gets football at a deeper level than his peers.
Yeah.
And so it has to be even more frustrating. Like, dude, you knew this was going to happen. What are you doing? Because he knows it. Like, he sees it. But then, I relate as a math teacher. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? That answer makes zero sense. You should know immediately that doesn't make sense. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's just the different levels of understanding.
Yeah.
The next one is just fantasy football. So this was a lineup from this weekend. You could have had Kyler Murray, CEH, Saquon, Brandon Cooks, Odell, Juju, Hawkinson, and then Russell Wilson for Superflex. It's a pretty good lineup, right? 40 points. So? 40 points this week, opposed to the lineup of Davis Mills, Myles Gaskin, Samaje Perine, Kadarius Toney, Marquez Callaway, Chris Moore, who legit I don't know who that is.
Nope.
He was scoring touchdowns for Houston. I'm like, who is this person? Yeah. Anyway, and Njoku, Jameis Winston, that dropped a cool 205.
Yeah, this is the kind of banana stuff that when you play fantasy, it makes you just want to pull your hair out.
You're like, no one had that coming. No one predicted that. Don't tell me I'm done.
I saw
even that.
Oh, sorry. I saw a picture on Twitter. Someone had, I want to say Lamar and Hollywood. It was Hollywood or Andrews. It was one. It was Lamar plus one of the two. Yeah, and he was down by like 70 or something and did it. I was like, I would be so pissed.
Yeah, he was going to Monday Night Football. I think he was up like 80, high 80s, and those two dropped 90 points. I would be insane. Furious. So angry.
Hey, is that more epic than our home league's Monday Night Football Michael Vick comeback?
Oh, that game. He was with the Eagles. And he had like 6 touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
That game was silly.
I think 7 total. I think
was it 7?
I don't know. It was 6 or 7 total.
And he had 2 rushing, which is huge.
And he had Dragons to Deshaun. He had that one, I'm pretty sure, where it was a huge play action like boot, and he had all day, and he just wound up and just uncorked one.
And it was like 70 air yards. Like it was like bananas, like because Vic had a silly arm.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes, I remember that. That game was silly. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and because the one dude in our league was down by like, a bajillion points and only had Vic, and he did it.
Right. Yeah, it's always I think he had like 50 points or something like that game. So whoever made that L, they were definitely booking.
Yeah.
Speaking of booking, kickers. Ban kickers. Ban. Go away. You know what's happened? Because the Bears actually have a reliable kicker. And so now, like, the universe is, like, inverted. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The world is changing.
That world is heating up. What the hell is going on?
Kickers, man.
What was it? The Patriots-Houston game where the first 3 touchdowns, the 3 extra points were all missed, I think.
Jaguars missed one this weekend.
And then Cincinnati, Green Bay.
That's what I was saying. That game was a total shit show for kickers.
I think 5 consecutive go-ahead field goals in the last 2 minutes plus
insane.
Overtime. Just
that was everywhere. Like a Scott Hansen orgasm.
Game. You couldn't handle it. Yeah. So I was watching Red Zone with my sisters because I was hanging out because it was my birthday party weekend. And my sisters were like, "This guy is way too much," because they never watch Red Zone. I'm like, "You take that back. Scott Hansen is a saint."
This guy is everything. He is just enough.
I'm Team Hansen all the way. Siliano can go lick a butthole.
Yeah, wait. I'm so confused about that. How is there another dude? Because I've always had Scott Hansen, and then I've seen people have Red Zone with some other guy.
Yeah, there's Siliano. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. I'm a Hansen guy. I'm Team Hansen. Bop.
I've never not had him.
Well, you're lucky because I have watched Siciliano, and it's not as good.
Yeah.
Next booking, primetime games have been phenomenal this year.
They really have, man.
And now they got Pittsburgh, Seattle.
Yeah, the Monday night's a clunker too, isn't it?
Tennessee versus Bills. At least things will happen.
Yeah, but that's going to be a massacre.
That line should be like 21 points.
Yeah. It's the Buffalo Bills revenge tour.
They're just mowing people down. But yeah, this game, no Russell Wilson. So I don't know. Pittsburgh's secondary has been bad. So, I mean, I don't know. This is going to be an ugly game. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. It's not going to be good. Probably not even going to watch much of it.
Under 12 targets for Najee. With negative 27 air yards on those targets.
I'm going to say under because they're going to be winning.
All right, we'll see about that. We already mentioned KC defense. They're booking all-time bad, which is just ridiculous because their offense is all-time good. So we'll see what happens there. Did you see this major big-time money line parlay?
Yes.
So this dude bet a $500,000. $500,000. I can't even imagine just typing that in and hitting submit. A $500,000 bet. Anyway, especially on a parlay. Wow. Anyway, It was Alabama minus 1,000, Ohio State minus 1,600, Cincinnati minus 7,000, all money lines. It only paid 100,000. So it was bet a $500,000 to take home 600.
Idiotic.
That's not worth it. It ain't worth it. And of course, Bama blew it. I would the Tiger King meme. I will never financially recover from this.
That's the truth, though. Although, if you're throwing $500K around on a weekend betting sports, you probably can financially recover from that.
Yeah, you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was ridiculous. And then their last one is Frank Wright. We already teased this. So Jonathan Taylor has played just 50% of the Colts snaps this year. He's their best player. Here are some other people that have a higher snap percentage.
This was not part of the outline, and I'm not ready.
Patrick Ricard, who's the fullback. Jesus. He's not the only fullback on this list. 53. Zach Moss, 53, which should be higher. Uncle Lenny, 59. Kyle Juszczyk is 63. Chase Edmonds, 63. Miles Sanders, 66. Everyone's talking about how he gets no work. He's still playing, way more than JT. And Mike Davis, 66. What are you doing, Frank Wright? I thought you were an offensive wizard.
There's not one person on that list who deserves more snap share.
Not even a little bit. That is coaching malpractice, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
So he definitely deserves to be on booking.
And I mean, he's the Colts coach, so he's always booking.
Speaking of Colts, Jim Irsay. He's going to get at least 2 Super Bowls, two Barties
this decade.
In the next 10 years. All right, buddy. Did you say so? Tuesday at 7 o'clock, and he's feeling it.
I was say our guy's he's getting weird again. He's about to have some spicy tweets in the next few weeks, I bet.
Speaking of getting weird, we're talking blitzball. Yes. All right, so we went top 3 fast food items. All right, and the stipulation was it had to have a drive-through. Yes. That's how we determined if it's fast food. It was your idea, Zach? Let it go.
Okay, well, first it's going to be a story, and I'm going to throw it back to senior year high school. And do you already know where I'm going with this?
Don't implicate us.
Statute of limitations. It was over 10 years ago. It's fine. Anyways,
let it rip.
We drove around and we just went to fast food places and pulled up and we're like, hey, we just went through and you guys forgot our fries. And they're like, okay, pull around, and we'd get fries. And then we'd go to Taco Bell and be like, hey, We just went through the drive-thru, and you guys forgot one of our,
Our drinks.
yeah, and then
Because we started very conservative.
we did. You're right, and then we started building confidence.
We started.
And
we knew our routine.
We hit up like every fast food place you could in town, and we only got questioned once, and it was a Burger King. I remember.
And
I remember they asked, they're like, "Well, you have a receipt?" And I remember I froze, and I was like, well, my dad picked it up, and he sent me back, and he didn't give me the receipt." And they gave it to us. "Well, next time you need your receipt." "Ah, sure thing." Anyways, I'm pretty sure we ate like kings for free.
Yes, we had, because eventually we were like, we would go to like a place like, "Hey, you forgot 2 ham sandwiches," like we got real aggressive. Like we were like, "Hey, you missed our combo meal," and like they gave it to us, and like we went around for hours. We went to like 10 or 11 different places. It was huge life hack. It was such a rush. We only did it the one time though. It was so nerve-wracking. Dude, I forgot about that so hard. Oh my god, that story is amazing. Was it just us?
Yeah.
I thought so. I didn't know if Sean was with us. I could see him being with us, but I think it was just you and me.
No, and the best part was like by the time we got to like the last places, like your feet were covered in fast food bags from all the places we had just been.
Like, yeah, you forgot our fries. And they're, "Oh, my bad." And we just move around. They just give it to us. I'm like, "All right, peace."
Thanks.
Oh my god, that was amazing. I wonder if that could still work. We'll have to try that one
time. So yeah, top fast food items.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
And I'm gonna go. My 101 is the triple cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Ooh.
It's like $2.49. You get obviously get the 3 patties, and you get 2 slices of cheese, I think, maybe 3. I don't know. You get cheese, you get the gooey cheese, you get greasy burgers, and it's cheap.
On a budget.
If I'm gonna like get a nice burger from McDonald's, you could pay a little more and get Five Guys. So like, if I'm going fast food, give me that cheap burger.
No, that's a good
cheeseburger.
Call. I'm not a McDonald's guy, but
I could eat like a McDouble or a triple cheeseburger from McDonald's. Like that's like the one fast food item I think I could never get sick of.
Yeah, you could eat it every day. God, we used to go to McDonald's way too much.
Yeah. It's because when we were in high school, the value menu was ridiculous. So we could go get 2 McDoubles and a fry for $3.
Yeah, we'd make our our ratchet Big Macs.
Yeah,
put the fries in there.
I still do
it's a good call. It's still good. Yeah, it's top notch. I put chips in my sandwiches. I got a tip from a friend at work that's phenomenal. So I get Jimmy John's a lot. But don't get their normal, like plain chips. Get barbecue. Game changer. Barbecue chips in the sandwich is a game changer.
Salt and vinegar chips in your sandwich is really good too. Oh well.
Man, the vinegar is I'm out. All right. 102. My 101 was Five Guy fries, the Cajun ones. One, they taste delicious.
Wait, whoa. You got a Five Guys with a drive-thru?
Indy's about that life.
Wow, this whole game just got blown up.
We bougie.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. Cajun fries, so freaking good, and they give you a bajillion of them.
Yeah, those are so good.
Oh my god!
See, because Five Guys wasn't even on my radar, because I didn't even know that drive-through Five Guys was a thing.
Mm-hmm. There's only one. It's on the south side that I know of, but I also don't know where anything's at because I moved to Indy when GPS existed. And if you've ever moved somewhere, when there's GPS, I don't know about y'all, but like I could name my hometown streets more than I can name the streets I've been driving the last
I bet
6 years.
Do you remember like when we would go to Cubs games and have printed MapQuest directions?
Oh my god,
that's fucking hard.
It's better than my mom's directions. Bless her, she's a saint. But
I remember that once where she wrote directions for us,
and
that was bad.
She writes in cursive, which is like my parents are older, and cursive is harder to read, and it's like you already don't know the street signs and stuff like that. But then like my uncle he told me something that always stuck. He's like, a Healy always knows how to get someplace, but they're terrible at telling you how to get there. And I'm the same page. Cause like I like, it's just like images that remind me like, oh, a turn's coming up. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's the joke like, oh, turn right at the big tree. And like, I know what that means.
Yeah, exactly.
201. I'm going with Popeye's spicy chicken tenders.
Ooh, snap.
Fire.
Popeyes almost snuck into my list. I love Popeye's spicy chicken thighs.
Yeah. Dude, they're so freaking good. It's bananas.
Yeah.
And then, do you go sweet heat for the sauce?
Well, I just get like the bone-in chicken, so I just eat.
Oh, okay.
But I bet you their tenders are good.
They're delicious. And there's one like literally a minute from my place. It's a problem.
That's a good call.
Oh, it's so good.
Those red beans and rice, top notch.
Cajun fries again.
Oof, dude, do you ever have the red beans and rice though? You should try them.
Worth it. Actually,
dude, they're like the best fast food side item, I think, because it's just different.
Yeah, Popeyes is really good. I never had it until I moved down here, and I love it. It was a crime. I should have had it.
Ours is always a shit show. It's
so crowded.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. I know. All right, who's your 202?
Cheesy gordita crunch.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You got that soft bread, crunchy shell still, and you get the soft bread protection because when you buy a crunchy taco, that shit just shatters half the time.
Yeah, you gotta have your parachute.
Yeah, you've got shatter protection from the soft like pita, almost. You got melty cheese gluing it all together, and the cherry on top of the whole thing is that spicy ranch, because that Taco Bell spicy ranch, 10 out of 10. I put that on I'll get them to put it on other stuff, or if I get like nachos or something, give me a side of spicy ranch.
So ease of eating, or like the cleanliness of eating, is such an underrated facet of fast food, because oftentimes you're getting it in the car and you want to eat while you're driving, but if it's like a messy, son of a gun, what are you going to do? And so if it can contain itself and you can just do like the burrito unwrapped, top notch, game changer.
Unless you order a soupy burrito.
That's a dangerous game, driving and eating a soupy burrito. Who's your 301?
It's a wild card. Arby's mozzarella sticks.
I did not have that on my list.
Are so good. And other places have tried to do mozzarella sticks, and they've all failed. And the other places that still have them, they're just not as good. There's like a very signature Arby's mozzarella stick taste, and they're the bomb.
Yeah. All right. I did not have that one, but I'll have to take your word for it.
Do you ever have one?
No, I don't think so.
Dude, go get some.
I'm remembering like two right now off the top of my list. I gotta write them down so I don't forget. Okay. But anyway, my 301, Culver's cheese curds.
Hell yeah.
That is a must upgrade in the combo meal.
Yeah, if you're going to Culver's and you aren't upgrading those crappy fries to curds, you, I don't know.
Yeah, so I've had other places cheese curds and they're not bad. I mean, how can you mess up fried cheese?
Yeah.
But the crispiness that they have, everyone is crispy for Culver's.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it, but they do it just right. Culver's, I don't know. I feel like it's just a Midwest vibe, but I love it. It's so freaking
Culver's
good.
is great. Now I'll tell you that the I like Arby's mozzarella sticks the way you like those, where it's just like no other ones are that.
They're second. You're second. Just accept it.
Popeye's chicken, spicy chicken was on my honorable mention.
It's a good one.
Also, quick shout out to Taco Bell because that's what we had for dinner tonight, and I tried that new Cantina crunchy taco thing. You know, whatever. Oh my god, it was amazing. It was easily the best new item Taco Bell's put out in a long time.
Sounds like Burrito Locos Taco.
Well, like one of their like marketing things behind it was like they're fresh frying the tortilla in the store, and you can tell like it legit tastes like it's like the difference between a store bought tortilla chip versus the one at the Mexican place. You know, the warm tortilla chips at the restaurant. It's the difference between that.
Yeah.
It was really good. And it's like at the bottom of the taco, under the meat is just full of nacho cheese and shredded melty cheese.
Dude, their nacho cheese, they cannot have enough on whatever you order. It's so good.
You could swim in it.
You could. I would. And I would like it.
Yeah.
Zaxby's Kickin' Chicken Sandwich. Have you had that?
I've never been.
Amazing. It's got that zesty ranch that you were mentioning earlier. It's pretty good. And I don't even like ranch, and I like that.
I've always heard Zaxby's is good.
It's delicious. Highly recommend. Going back to Culver's, their butter burger again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like you can't go wrong.
That's literally. I get that every time we go there.
It's so good. And you do the rare thing. You have no ketchup. You don't need it. Or have you changed?
If I get ketchup on a burger, I want mayo with it.
Special sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
This is my special sauce.
Yeah. So, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you're Brennan from Step Brothers.
I like it.
I like it. So I got another one. These are the first of the two that I remembered on the fly. This is a combo, and it's Wendy's spicy nugs with a chocolate frosty, so you can dip it.
Yeah.
All time.
I know because everyone talks about the fries, which obviously is great in the frosty, but nugs in the frosty is just as good. People don't like it.
The spicy with the cold. Oh, it's such a a juxtaposition. It's amazing.
Yeah.
That used to be one of my go-tos in high school. And then your story reminded me of another story. And so I'm going to say Fazoli breadsticks.
And actually, yes, because those things are so good. But good story.
That'll be a story for another day.
Yeah, we'll tell them when they're older.
You'll get it when you're older for sure.
Yeah.
And so let's move on. Let's talk Guans. And we got one Guan, and I know you've been on the same page as me. I've been loud about it. I love Lamar. He was my favorite quarterback out of the 2018 class. I ate all the insults that he can't throw. I understand, as a pure passer, he's not the best, but just the way that how special he is as a runner, he dictates what the defense has to do to play against him. And that is such a freaking cheat code because you can't play man. If you play man, you're going to lose against Lamar. It's just that simple. And so he's getting better as a passer, and I love it. And so we have some Lamar stats if you want to say something.
I want to stop right there. I'm going to interrupt first. once again, we Jags have Trevor. So happy. But they passed on him and at the tail end of the first in 18, coming off of that 17 season where you were shoddy quarterback play away from winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah, they were afraid to let Bortles throw.
Yeah, and so as a team who had the lockdown elite defense, you're priding yourself on the running game because you just took Fournette 4th overall. And that was like a match made in heaven for where the Jags were at the time.
Yeah, but, they should 100%. It is what Jaguars. It is. So we have some Lamar stats from Monday night. So he's the first QB in NFL history to complete 85% of his passes in a 400-yard game. Shout out Colts defense.
Yeah, right.
That's
just absurd.
And this is Lamar. Like, this is his second best skill. And, like, even with that stat, like, his running game is still more impressive. Like, he's just so elusive. It's silly. He could just, I don't know. He looks like a soccer player weaving in and out of traffic.
Yeah.
Highest completion percentage in a 40-pass game in NFL history, 86%. Pretty good.
I think, which one's more impressive to you, the 86% on the yards or the attempts?
Yards.
Really?
Because you can dink and dunk.
That's funny because my first thought was you could hit a couple of big plays that would help get you to the yards. But to throw 40 times, I don't know. What's the math on that?
Oh, I mean,
36 out of 40 or something.
Yeah, I think he had 6 incompletions.
Yeah.
So 34. So, I mean, either way, you can't go wrong. Just phenomenal.
Bananas.
Guan stuff. Franchise record 442 passing yards. I'm sure that'd be a Bears franchise record too. Overcame the largest deficit of his career, 19 points. That is a big one because that's what everyone always says. Like, oh, get up on Baltimore and Lamar can't pass his way back.
I would say that was the book.
So he's just, I love Lamar. We got some more. Lamar Jackson now sits 5th in passing yards with 1,519 through 5 games, 29 more passing yards than Mahomes, 150 more than Allen. Oh, and he has 341 yards rushing, which is 8th most in the league out of everybody.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Hollywood.
Care. I don't even care about the crowd who's like, well, all the running backs are hurt, and this is what he's got. I don't care what the situation is. It's fucking impressive as hell still.
What? I know I said it to people. I'm very confident I said it on the pod. I said Baltimore was going to change their identity on offense because they had to.
They had to.
They did it 2 straight years, about as good as you could do it. Their 2019 rushing game is considered like the best rushing offense of all time. And it failed in the playoffs. They couldn't keep doing this.
Yeah, they clearly they had a formula. It was working. They went for it. And props to them for having the foresight and the self-scouting ability to say, we need to change.
It was obvious they had to.
That doesn't happen enough in the league.
No, people would rather be right, and so they just keep doing the same dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Nagy. Ravens gained 523 yards of offense, which is already impressive on Monday Night Football. Lamar accounted for 504.
Yeah, I heard that on the radio the next morning.
That's a lot of offense for one person. It's
insane. I'm a broken record over here. All I keep saying is that's insane. He's ridiculous. But it's because I don't even have words. Like,
he's #good. BT Dubs plus 1,000 to win the MVP right now. I threw a little.
Yeah, that's wild odds right there.
I threw a little bit on that.
I know we talked earlier. I think Baltimore's. I think they're their luck is going to turn a little bit, and that's going to negatively reflect in the win loss department, which is going to hurt his odds or chances, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I still, even with all that, I still think 1,000 is way too high.
Right. Miniature Guan appreciation post, and it's not because he's a little guy, but Hollywood Brown went 9 for 125 and 2 touchdowns after halftime. He's legit.
I will take a big L on him. Coming out, I thought like I don't know. I'm trying
He had the Liz Frank, which is bad, and
yes.
He's little.
Yes. So there was that. I'm trying to think of like an NFL receiver off the top of my head, who doesn't matter. He seemed like he was going to be that guy who he was in the first couple years of his career. Big player here, there. He's still like, you got to worry about him some. Like, I just never saw him developing into what, to what they were expecting when they drafted him. I just wasn't a big fan. But
they took him over DJ Moore. They took him over DJ Moore and Calvin Ridley, right? Or is that different class?
I don't remember.
I think that's a different class, not Ridley. But definitely over DJ Moore, because they wanted him because DJ Moore went to Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
The fans did, that is.
Yeah, it's so from where he was taken, like you said, with the injury and stuff, I wasn't super high on him. And what he was the first 2 years of his career is about what I thought he was as a player. But damn, is he good this year. I
think it's partially their offense, and then it's just Lamar has gotten better. I think Rashad Bateman, Shotty B, I think when he comes back, like, I don't feel like Hollywood's going to disappear. I feel like it's just going to help the offense because he's going to be another. I think he hurts Mark Andrews more than Hollywood.
I was literally about to say the exact thing, because if you look at that offense, like, where is Bateman going to help? Oh, it's going to be when you need a big body, converting those chains in a tough moment or in the red zone or whatever, not when you're at your own 30 and you're looking to, throw a deep post to Hollywood or some shit.
Like that's an offense that likes to, manufacture in yak yards. Well, if you put them two on opposite sides, you know what I mean? And you have like a heavy formation in the middle, that's one-on-one, either one, instead of having the safety be able to lean towards one side or another, that you really can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just think I'm all on Baltimore this year. I love how they're playing. Even though their defense isn't as good, but for fantasy, that makes it a little bit better. Yeah. And so we wanted to dedicate Guans to Lamar because he's a Guan. We love him.
Absolutely. Piggybacking off what you just said about them being a great fantasy team because of the defense, Chargers are in the same boat, and this is why we're just have such a boner for this game this week.
And especially coming off the game that Chargers just had, like every game they played Dallas. That was a fun game. It was kind of sloppy, but it was fun. You know what I mean? They're just I think this is gonna be a really good watch.
Agreed. Yeah, this is the game of the week for me.
Yeah. I think we're done, my friend.
We only had one hiccup this time.
Only one. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we're getting better. But for real, I'm feeling good this week. I really love my lineup. I feel good about some GPP shots. I think our strategy of, like we said, loading up on those two games, I just don't think we need to think deeper into it. Am I crazy?
No, I think you're right. Like shout out Al Smizzle. He always says, try to be right about fewer things than a lot of things. And it just seems like the prices and the game match up so well. I just hope you pick right. I love my cash too. I'm just hoping.
Same, yeah.
So honestly, I kind of hope McCaffrey doesn't play, but if he does, I'm playing him.
I'm not. I'm holding tight. I
Yeah.
might pivot. If Melvin Gordon's out.
Yeah.
I probably will. I'll figure out how to get Javonte in for cash.
Yeah.
If Gordon's out. But that's a late game, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So that sucks.
Damn.
Hopefully we know more tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be. I'm still gonna play Javonte GPP, but
Same.
I agree. If there's no Mel, you have to have him in cash.
Yeah, because it's too cheap. And it's too cheap in the matchup.
Yeah. Big time.
Well, it wraps it up again. I'm super pumped for this weekend. We got
Should be fun.
I'm loving Saturdays now too because college football's fun to bet on.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I did it last
Texas,
year too, but
I can't believe Texas screwed me so hard. I had a monster parlay with them. Oh, brutal.
Yeah, I missed pretty bad on West Virginia. Wake Forest was up by it was Louisville. I put Louisville was up by 19 in the fourth quarter or something stupid and blew it. And then I luckily did my biggest bet of the day on Michigan -2.5 on Nebraska, and that one hit. So I at least
dude,
made
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys, wow. Just wow. Way did Nebraska it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll post some Saturday bets, the ones we like. We'll throw out some Sunday props, the ones that we like, and definitely Monday night it's gonna have a lot of juice with Bills, Tennessee.
Oh yeah. I'm probably just gonna straight up throw a pretty nice bet on Bills spread.
Yeah. They're good.
Yeah.
You got that casino money too.
Oh dude, it's only -5.5 right now. I'm doing it literally right now.
All right, man.
Thanks for listening, everybody. And
we're the guys in 619.
That is it. Latris on the Menjay.
See you later, Jobin.